Hello, dear everyone. Welcome to you all once again in the mathematics class. Today also, dear students, we are going to focus the bygone days chapter, that is geometry. So once again, I am going to write the name of the chapter, geometry. Okay, geo and metry. Geo means the earth, metry means the measurement, isn't it? So all together, by combining together, the measurement of earth in the bygone days it was used for that purpose, but later on it was expanded into a deep form. So in case of geometry also, we are discussing about the different types of angles. Okay, and because of the lacking of time, we are unable to discuss in detail from those different types of angles. So today I am going to focus here, students, the detail form of the angles. Okay, the different types of angles. And first of all, once again, dear student, if we say about the co-interior angle, then what like figure will be? If we say about the co-interior angle, then it will be the left side turn U-shaped. Okay, or transverse is drawn in this way, and then after the two lines will be parallel to each other. At the time, this one angle and this one angle, if we combine together, their sum becomes a plus b must be 180 degree if these two lines are parallel, and this straight line is known as the transverse. And dear students, if we extend this same parallel line this side and this side, okay, if we extend in this way by making it straight, okay, the same line, then this side also it forms a co-interior angle, dear students, C and D. Okay, both should be inside. To be co-interior angle, both the angles should be inside and should be on the same hand side as well. Okay, inside means in between the two parallel lines, both the angles should be in inner. Okay, and another thing is they should on the same hand side. That means if one is in left hand side, then the another one also should be in left hand side to be co-interior. At the time, the relationship in between the co-interior angle, in some books what I have found is written as properties as well. Okay, C plus D should be 180 degree by being the co-interior angle. Similarly, A plus B also becomes 180 degree by being co-interior angle. Dear student, in which case that type of concept should be used? That's the main thing, isn't it? So if C is given as 60 degree, okay, if this angle C is given as 60 degree, at the time to find out the angle D, okay, at the time we use the concept of co-interior angle, and C plus D is they are co-interior to each other. What will we do? C plus D equals to 180 degree, and in the place of reason, this is a statement, dear student. This type of writing is known as a statement, and in everywhere when we do the questions regarding geometry, at the time we need to write the reason along with the statement. After writing the statement, if possible, we must present the logic. So why this is so? Okay, that's the reason. Okay, why C plus D is 180 degree, that should be written in here in the logical form, in the words form. That is known as the reason. So what we write? Being sum of co-interior, okay, co-interior angles. Okay, angles we can write in this way also, in the short form, angle, and s if you add there, it will be in the plural form. So being sum of co-interior angle, and I have assumed, dear student, the C angle as the measurement of C angle as 60 degree. So I can keep in the place of C 60 degree, isn't it? In the place of C, if I keep 60 degree, then what sign is there? Plus sign is there after that, after C, and then after there is D. Okay, D equals to 180 degree. Now C, what will be the value of D? D equals to 180 degree minus 60 degree, it equals to 120 degree. So we got the value of D. In this way, in order to find out, we use the concept of co-interior angle, and to be co-interior angle, both should be inside of the parallel line, and another thing is both should be on the same hand side as well. That means both are on left hand side, C and D, and both are inside the two parallel lines. Inside of the upper parallel line, D is inside of the upper parallel line, and then after C is inside of the down one parallel line. So in the same way, in order to find out A and B as well, we use the concept of co-interior angle. If A is something degree, then to find out B, we use A plus B equals to 180 degree, and we find out the value of B. So dear students, by doing so, okay, I will give you one question to you, and after completion of this period of this class, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to present here not 60 degrees, just now I have done, that's why I'm going to keep it as 70 degree. Okay, this is 70 degree, and can you find out the value of B in here? What will the value of B? If these two lines are parallel, there must be the parallel sign to be the question of co-interior angle. So this is the question for you. Copy this one, and then after do yourself regarding co-interior angle. Another dear student, number 2, at the time I had discussed about the alternate angles. Okay, and in case of alternate angles, dear students, do copy first or this one, so that I can erase and I can present the concept of alternate angles. Alternate angle means if one is in left and right hand side, another should be in left hand side. Alter. Okay, one should be in left side, another should be right side. And then after, dear student, there are two types of alternate angles. One is exterior, both being outside of the two parallel lines. That type of alternate angles are known as interior alternate angles. Look at here, dear students. If these two lines are parallel to each other and a transverse is connected, or a straight line is crossing over the two parallel lines, at the time alternate angles, I am going to present exterior alternate angles. Okay, first of all, and then after interior alternate angles also. At the time I had discussed, but I will present again once again in here. Okay, alternate angles. Okay, exterior alternate angles. What is the meaning of exterior? Yeah, of course, exterior means they are outside, outer it means, isn't it? So if you see in here, if one angle is in here with respect to this A, for example, the name of this angle I have presented as A. Now to this one being alternate with respect to A, which one will be the exterior alternate angle? Exterior alternate means, of course, A is in outside of the parallel line, down on parallel line. Now see another alternate angle outside of the upper parallel line, but alternate means what? One if is in right hand side, then another should be in left hand side. So that's why outer, outer. Now one is in right hand side, another is in left hand side. So this one will be B. And in such cases, what happens, dear students? A equals to B. That's the property. That's the characteristics. That means if the measures of angle A is 50 degree, then B also becomes 50 degree when we use to measure, when we use the protractor or the compass to measure the angles. At the time, both angles value becomes same. And exterior alternate angle, not only these two, we can represent this side also. This one is also being exterior, isn't it? So if I keep to this one as M, then exterior alternate angle to this M will be this one. And at the time M also becomes equals to N. Is that clear, dear student? So by taking this concept, I am going to give you one question, do by you yourself. Okay, what will be the value? Suppose these two lines are being parallel to each other, and then after here is 60 degree. What will be the value of A in here? Okay, do this question later on, but just now copy the question. Later on, after the completion of this class, you can solve this question. Okay, what will be the value of A? Similarly, another question I'm going to present in here. Okay, if here is 40 degree, then what will be the value of this angle X? Okay, do this one as well. And if you are able to do these questions, then of course you have understood the meaning of exterior alternate angles. That means simply the value of A will be 60 degree and the value of X will be 40 degree. The reason behind it, dear students, do not forget to keep here the parallel line. The reason behind it you need to write as being exterior alternate angles. Now at the time I had discussed about the interior alternate angles, dear students. Number third, interior alternate angles. Okay, what do you mean by this? Interior means both should be inside, and alternate means one should be in left hand side and the should be in right hand side. That means interior means both should be inside the parallel line, one should be interior to upper parallel line, and another should be interior to down on parallel line, and then after both should be altered by the hand side. That means if one is in left hand side, another should be in right hand side. So let's take the concept of this one as well by making the figure so that you will be cleared about this. For example, these two lines, okay, are parallel to each other. Now interior alternate angle means one inside of the down on parallel line, another one inside of the upper one parallel line to be interior. Both are interior, isn't it? Looking at the figure, both are inside the two parallel lines. Now what do you have to think? Alternate. Alternate means one should be in left hand side and the should be in right hand side. As this one is in right hand side, so this one is in left hand side, so they are interior alternate angles. So A equals to B at the time as well, dear student. Whether the type of alternate angle is exterior or interior, both type of alternate angle has the same relation as they are equal to each other. So if A is 50 degree, if the measures of angle A is 50 degree, at the time the measures of angle also B also becomes 50 degree. So if we keep here 50 degree, then B also becomes 50 degree. So that's the concept of interior alternate angles. So I'm going to give you some questions, okay, regarding this one. These two lines are parallel to each other. For example, this is 40 degree, then find out the value of this one. Okay, let's keep as A. So what will be the value of A? You can do yourself. Okay, just copy the question. Later on, after completion of this period, you can do that. Now another question I'm going to present, dear student. The shape may be different. In this way, the question may be given. The two lines are parallel to each other. One is A. Now what will be in here, in my opinion, 35 degree. Okay, I'm going to write here 35 degree. Then find out the value of A. So if you are able to find out the value of A in the both questions, and after writing the statement, dear student, A equals to 40 degree, in bracket do not forget to write the reason, because geometry always requires the reason. Logically there must be strength. So A equals to 40 degree, in the bracket write being interior alternate angle, and then after only you will have the full marks from that question. So this is the concept of interior alternate angle, exterior alternate angle, and we have done the co-interior angle. Now once again I want to focus the previous one. What is that? Number 4 is corresponding angle, dear student. Corresponding angles. Okay, corresponding angles. What do you mean by corresponding angles? Looking at the figure, dear student, both should be on the same hand side. Okay, both should be on the same hand side, and one should be inside of the parallel line, one, and another should be outside of the parallel line, two. Second, okay, so if these two lines are parallel to each other, at the time to this one is corresponding. Different. That means both should be in same hand side, but one is inside of the parallel line, another is outside of the parallel line. If such type of concept is seen, that type of concept is known as corresponding angle. They have the relationship. That relationship is known as the relationship of corresponding angles, and at the time their relation or the property will be also equal as like as the alternate angle just before this that we have done. Okay, so then what can we write? A equals to B. And what do we write to this one? Being, what do we write? Being corresponding angles. Okay, being corresponding angles, A and B are equal to each other. And then after, similarly, another one also can be done, dear student. To this one, it is being outside. Okay, outside of the parallel line. Now another, while taking, it should be inside of the parallel line. And another thing, both should be on the same hand side. That means if it is M, okay, then with respect to M, this N will be corresponding. Okay, M and N has the corresponding relation, A and B has the corresponding relation, and at the time what can we write? M equals to N as well, and the reason will be being corresponding angle. Any type of corresponding angle, the relationship will be always equal. So, and similarly, there are so many corresponding angles, dear student. Now to this one also you can make corresponding. If it is P, then as it is outside, isn't it? It's being outside. So another should be inside, but it should be from the hand side, it should be on the same hand side. That means if P is in left hand side, then the Q also should be in left hand side, but P is in outside, Q is in inside. That means to be corresponding, what we have learned? From the hand side point of view, both should be on the same hand side, but from the parallel line point of view, one should be inside, another should be outside. From the parallel line point of view, P is in outside, Q is in inside. So, and another, from the hands point of view, okay, either left hand or right hand, from that point of view if you see, then both should be on the same hand side. At the time, that type of angles relation is known as corresponding angle, and the properties of corresponding angle is they are equal to each other. What is the relation of corresponding angle? If somebody raise, at the time you need to say they are always equal. Okay, so M is equals to N, A equals to B, and P also equals to Q, being corresponding angle. You can write here being corresponding angle. So regarding this, okay, regarding this concept, I am going to present some questions so that you will do at after this. Okay, in order to find out the corresponding angle. Suppose this one line is being parallel to this one. Okay, and then after I am going to represent a transverse. Okay, and to this one I am going to present as 42 degree. Okay, if it is 42 degree, then what about this? Find out the value of x. And that type of relation, from the hands point of view, both are on right hand side, and then after one is outside of the parallel line and another is inside of the parallel line. You need to think about two concepts, dear student. One is, in order to understand the different types of angle, one is from the parallel lines, okay, parallel lines point of view, okay, point of, and then after second one is from the parallel lines point of view. Means what? Either they are inside of the parallel line or outside of the parallel line. That concept should be kept in mind in order to find out what type of angles are they, whether they are interior alternate angles or exterior alternate angles or corresponding angles or vertically opposite angles and so on. Okay, and another one is from the hands point of view. Okay, we need to watch out two things. What do you mean by this? From the lines of parallel lines point of view means looking at the parallel line, whether they are inside or outside can be determined, isn't it? And from the hands point of view means whether they are left hand side or right hand side. Okay, that concept, if you are able to understand, then you can find out what type of angles are they, whether alternate angle. In case of alternate angle, from the hand's point of view, one should be in right hand side, another should be in left hand side. And then after, from the parallel lines point of view, in case of alternate angles, there are two types of alternate angle. Exterior, then both should be outside of the parallel lines, and if they are interior alternate, both should be inside of the parallel line. And from the hand's point of view, what did I say just now? One should be in right hand side, another should be in left hand side in case of alternate angle. But in case of corresponding angle, from the hand's point of view, both should be on same hand side. If one is in left hand side, then another also should be in left hand side. And from the parallel lines point of view, one should be, to be corresponding, one should be inside of the parallel line, another should be outside of the parallel line. That means in, out, right, left. Okay, we need to see in, out, right, left. So if you see in this way, then you will be able to understand what type of angles are these. Okay, now I'm going to present another question as well regarding the concept of corresponding angles. Okay, now to this one, if it is 70 degree, okay, now what will be the value of this one? Okay, let's write to this one as m. Okay, can you find out the value of m, dear student? Yeah, of course you can find out if you have understood the concept of corresponding angles. What about vertically opposite angle? Have you seen, dear students, so many times the two straight lines crossing over each other, isn't it? At the time, there forms four angles. Okay, now to this one, with respect to this angle, this one will be vertically opposite angle. Simply we write to the vertically opposite angle VOA. Okay, in short form I am going to write here. What do you mean by VOA? VOA represents vertically opposite angles, and these two are vertically opposite angles, dear student. And vertically opposite angles, if you see the property or the relation, they are equal to each other as like as corresponding angle or the alternate angles. So if it is A, if it is B, then A equals to B. What you write in the reason? Being vertically opposite angle. In short form, you also can write in this way. Every teachers can understand. And if I have kept this side a small bracket, so you can keep a small bracket. So A equals to B. It means if the measures of A is 60 degree, then B also becomes 60 degree. And if it is 80 degree, then this one also becomes 80 degree. And similarly, vice versa, dear student, this side also, if it is X, if it is Y, then X also becomes equals to Y. This is known as the concept of vertically opposite angles. Now once again, dear student, sometime a little bit vast question may be given. Okay, one line is crossing over another, now another as well from the same point. Okay, if they are crossing in this way, then to this one, which one will be vertical? A, for example, I'm going to give the name of this one as B, this one as C, this one as D, E, and to this one as F. Okay, then with respect to B, which one is the vertically opposite angle? Can you find out, dear student? Which one is vertically opposite to B? And which one is vertically opposite to C? And then after, which one is vertically opposite to A? Which one is vertically opposite to F? Which one is there A? Yes, of course. Then can you find out which one is vertically opposite to B? And we have known that vertically opposite angles are always equal, so that's why I have kept equal sign. Now with respect to B, look at the figure. Okay, which one is vertically opposite to B? E. That's why you can write the answer as E. Similarly, with respect to C, which one is vertically opposite? That's right. That means C is being vertically opposite to F. Then you can write the answer as F. Similarly, you need to find out by you yourself. Okay, do find out the vertically opposite angles of this figure. That's one question. Okay, and so to the expert regarding those answers, whether you are right or wrong. Dear student, another concept I am going to take of the same that you have just learned. Okay, we have learned about alternate angles, interior alternate angles, exterior alternate angles, corresponding angles, and after co-interior angles, and after vertically opposite angle. But moreover that, dear student, if you see this one, okay, in this way, for example, all these lines are crossing from the same point, okay, then what will be the measures of this whole angle? You have learned in class 6 as well, dear student. What will be the sum of this whole angle altogether? It will be, for example, I'm going to keep to this one as A, this one as B, this one as C, and D, E, F, G, and H. So altogether, if you combine together, dear student, A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G plus H, altogether this all angle sum becomes 360 degree. And this concept is known as, dear students, angles at a point. Okay, do write there, angles at a point is always 360 degree. Now another concept, dear students, you need to learn, that is, in a straight line, if a point is taken, okay, in this way the angles if are formed, okay, by taking some straight lines to joining the same point, okay, at the time, for example, if it is A, if it is B, and similarly C and D, in this way, then this altogether, of course, this is the half part of the complete turn, isn't it? If you look at this figure, this is just only half part, 50%. As a result, 50% of 360 degree means 360 divided by half, it means 2, it equals to 180 degree. That means A plus B plus C plus D must be equals to 180 degree, and this is known as what, dear student? At the time also I had told, what do you have to write to this one? Sum of supplementary angles, or some people write sum of supplementary angles, some people write sum of linear, okay, linear pair, okay, linear pair. And some people write, dear students, as this one also, sum of straight angles, sum of straight angles. Why it is straight angles? Because in a straight line the angle is formed, isn't it? So that's why that those angles altogether, if we combine together, their sum becomes 180 degree. And some people write as sum of supplementary angles, some people write as sum of linear pair, some people write as sum of straight angles. But we need to understand these are synonym to each other to represent A plus B plus C plus D equals to 180 degree. Sometime in the place of A there may be given 5x, 4x, okay, and after 3x, and after 6x, okay. Now question may ask you to find out the value of x. So dear student, can you find out by using this logic? And show to your expert, and you can watch the videos of this live telecast in the YouTube channel as well. You can search Janata TV HD. So thank you so much, dear students. That much for today.